I twist my ankle, and I had a teammate, David Greenwood. He says, you twist your ankle, young fella. Come over and sit with me. This is you need to. I said, no, man. I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play. I want to win. I want to make an impact.
It might not be in the team's best interest, in your best interest, to play all 82. Is that something you've thought about at all since you made the goal?
Man, that's a goal, but we'll see.
The next day,
I'm available to go and be in the pro. If OBJ shows up, he might score 100.
And it's just basketball.
Look, basketball is just a game, but Michael Jordan just dismantled LeBron James' entire legacy with one brutal sentence. Hear it once, and you will get it. This wasn't just simple shade. It was a total demolition of LeBron's entire public image. Jordan sat with NBC, stared into the lens, and delivered a line so sharp it cut through every ego in the league. He spoke about fans who spent their last dime on a single game, the gap between greatness and a check. And trust me, this was no accident. This was Michael Jordan breaking years of silence to send a warning. While LeBron paces himself and calls it just a game, Jordan reminded everyone what legendary greatness actually requires. If fans are coming to watch me play, I refuse to waste that opportunity. If I'm physically broken, then I am done. But if I'm capable and just don't feel like it, that's unacceptable. His words flipped the entire NBA narrative. NBC just revived their NBA coverage after 20 years and landed the biggest name, Michael Jordan himself. Not as a player, but a special contributor. Jordan rarely speaks. For years, he stayed quiet, only surfacing for business moves or huge brands. When news broke he was talking basketball again, the world stopped. At first, everything seemed normal. Jordan discussed legacy and competition. But then the second segment hit, and things got absolutely legendary. The topic was load management. Jordan snapped. He said it should not even exist. To him, every single game was a chance to prove. When asked about sitting games out, Jordan's face said everything. He talked about the fans in the cheap seats who grind all year for one ticket to see their hero. He couldn't let them down. To Jordan, it wasn't about stats, it was purely about respect. What do you think about load management? Honestly, it shouldn't be needed, first of all. I never wanted to miss a game because every night was a chance to prove it. I felt like the fans were there for me. I wanted to impress that specific guy. When you're making 40 to 50 million a year, you owe it to the paying public. If you're healthy, you play. No excuses, no rest days. You lace up and go to war. Jordan didn't name names. He didn't say LeBron, Kawhi, or even Joel Embiid. But everyone knew who he meant. The culture of sitting out back-to-backs? That started with LeBron James. Jordan burned that whole culture down with a few calm words about the fans upstairs. Social media exploded. LeBron's camp tried to defend him, mentioning his long list of games played. But the numbers are cold. Jordan played 93% of all possible games. LeBron? 88%. Jordan played all 82 games 9 different times. 9 full seasons without missing a day. LeBron's done that once in 23 years. Fans are watching. I want to impress the guy in the rafters who worked his tail off for tickets. He truly cared about the person in the top deck watching him play in Detroit. Yeah, because he's probably yelling at me. I want to share that. To understand why this hurt, you must understand their worlds. Jordan and LeBron aren't just from different eras, they're from different planets. The 80s and 90s were brutal. The bad boys would literally floor you mid-play. Jordan got hammered nightly and never backed down. If an ankle popped, he taped it. Remember the flu game? 1997 Finals, Game 5. Sick as a dog, could barely stand. Most players stay home, but Jordan dropped 38. He carried Chicago to a win, then collapsed into Scottie Pippen's arms. That is the killer mentality he's talking about. And it wasn't just MJ. Kobe Bryant lived by that code. Kobe refused to let his fans down, especially those in the 300 sections who scraped money together just to see him play. I remember asking why he didn't just rest when he was hurting. He would ask, "What about the fans who saved up to see me play just once?" The Black Mamba never forgot his audience. Someone once questioned why Kobe wouldn't sit out games while dealing with an injury. He answered, "What about those fans who saved for months just to see me one time?" That was his mindset. He would not abandon those people just because he felt tired. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Kevin Garnett, those legends, all shared that same ferocious hunger. Garnett spent years in Minnesota without any help, yet he gave everything every night because he loved professional basketball. These guys would have played for free just to compete. But then 2016 arrived, the turning point. Kobe walked away. Tim Duncan retired. Kevin Garnett retired. The last of the old-school warriors were gone. So who stepped into the light to define this next era? LeBron James, the self-proclaimed king. The culture he built was the polar opposite of Jordan. Here is the twist. LeBron has a very complicated relationship with load management. Sometimes he acts like the NBA Iron Man, playing through any type of pain or struggle. Other times, he is the biggest advocate for taking nights off. He says, I need to show what I can do. I want to play. I want to win. I want to make an impact. Then, I twisted my ankle badly. I taped it up, went back out, and finished the game. I always felt that drive inside of me. But now I am at a point in my career where I do not lose sleep over that anymore. Like, how did me and Luka lose? At the end of the day, it is just basketball. Back in 2024, when Joel Embiid took heat for missing games, LeBron defended him online, saying players know their bodies and people need to relax. He even claimed the media owed Embiid an apology. But his own history tells a different story. For 15 years, LeBron was practically indestructible, rarely missing a game and always delivering. After returning to Cleveland, and especially since joining the Lakers, the load management became impossible for anyone to ignore. In 7 seasons with the Lakers, LeBron has played over 70 games only once one single season. Now, 40, he is dealing with sciatica and nerve pain, which is no joke, and he even skipped the whole preseason for opening night. Charles Barkley could not stop joking. He said, "LeBron does not have sciatica. They just wrote old on the report with an extra D." Everyone laughed. Everyone knew the truth. Behind the jokes, Jordan's message landed: greatness is not about coasting. It is about showing up. It is about showing up every night, every single game. No excuses. Charles Barkley joked, "LeBron does not have sciatica. They just wrote old on the report with an extra D." Everyone laughed, but there was real truth in that moment. Then came the quote that exposed the flaw in LeBron's mindset. After a finals loss, he said, "It is just basketball at the end of the day. Just basketball." Imagine Jordan saying that. Imagine Kobe saying that. They never would. For them, the NBA was never just a game. It was life itself. LeBron only seems to care when he is winning. When he wins, he talks about legacy. When he loses, suddenly the game does not matter. It is just entertainment now. But here is the reality. Think about a fan working a regular job, a teacher or construction worker who saves for months to buy some tickets. They take work off. They drive for hours, bring their kid to an NBA game, and 30 minutes before tip-off, they find their hero is resting, not injured, just resting. That is betrayal, not strategy. Imagine saving 3 months of grocery money for a birthday ticket, only to see your hero chilling in designer clothes. These fans are not rich. They are regular people pouring their hearts and wallets into the sport. But today's players rarely think of them. They post on Instagram about self-care and protecting their bodies, while ignoring the mom in the cheap seats who worked overtime for her kid. Kobe would never do that. Jordan would never. Those fans mattered to them. Jordan once said people in the nosebleeds probably worked harder for their ticket than he did for his paycheck. So, he made sure to show up every single night. That is what responsibility looks like. These players make $40, $50, even $60 million a year, yet cannot play 70 games. How is that fair? The fans paying for tickets, jerseys, and TV deals are the ones funding those massive paychecks. They deserve better than load management. It is not just the fans, it wrecks teams too. Team chemistry dies when stars vanish every few nights. The bench loses its rhythm, rotations crumble, and that competitive edge just disappears. Michael Jordan always believed that real leadership meant leading by example. If the franchise star earns $50 million but sits out because he is tired, what message does that send? It says effort is optional. It says showing up is not a priority. That is how you rot a locker room from within. Now, let us talk LeBron. He has fronted the NBA for 2 decades, allegedly carrying the torch passed down from Jordan and Kobe. But truth be told, the culture he built is sinking the league. He pushed 3 toxic ideas that are gutting the sport right now. First, winning is not the priority. Sure, he celebrates titles, but during losses, suddenly championship rings do not define greatness anymore. Jordan and Kobe were devastated by a finals loss. They turned that agony into fuel for their fire. LeBron just shrugs and shifts focus to another business deal. Second, loyalty is dead. LeBron sparked the entire super team era. He ditched Cleveland for Miami, crawled back when it looked good, then bolted for Los Angeles to chase Hollywood stardom and film deals. He handpicks his costers, then points fingers when everything falls apart. That is not leading, it is manipulation. Third, fans do not matter. After losing the finals, LeBron told the press that his haters still have to live their normal lives, like fans are somehow beneath him. Jordan would never say that. He respected the people who paid to watch him. That is the real gap between these eras. Jordan's generation built this game on pride and grit. LeBron's generation built it on personal branding, recovery days, and excuses. Now the NBA is paying, ratings are crashing, arenas have rows of empty seats. Fans are turning the TV off because they are tired of seeing stars treat a game like it is optional. His fans love arguing he is the GOAT. But greatness is more than stats. It is about the standard you set. It is about the culture. Jordan set a bar where effort was mandatory, where fans mattered, and every single night was war. LeBron's bar is simple. Protect the brand, save your legs, and cash the check. Those are 2 very different legacies. So, can Michael Jordan save the league? Can these NBC interviews actually wake the players up? Honestly, probably not. The damage is done. Stars like Kawhi and Harden have built entire images around rest and self-preservation. That old-school hunger is dead. The real question is whether anyone in this league even wants to be saved. They are stuck in their ways, barely paying attention. But Jordan might save the next generation. Young stars like Victor Wembanyama and Cooper Flagg are watching this drama unfold right now. They are listening. And when Michael Jordan speaks, the entire basketball world stops and listens with intent. Jordan is not aiming his message at the current veterans. He knows they will not change. He is speaking to the future, planting seeds for what professional basketball should actually look like. He is reminding everyone that greatness is not found in brand deals or highlight reels. It is about legacy, loyalty, and a true love for the game. Maybe one of these young guns will listen and carry that old-school torch forward. Imagine if Wembanyama takes Jordan's killer mentality to heart, plays every night unless he is actually hurt, respects every fan in every seat, and builds his name by showing up instead of managing his load. That kind of intensity would shake the entire league. Other young stars would feel the pressure to keep up. Nobody wants to look soft while a real competitor is out there grinding every night. Best case scenario? Current players finally start feeling a sense of embarrassment. They watch Jordan talk about playing through the flu, respecting the fans, and honoring the game, and suddenly their rest days look incredibly weak by comparison. Maybe that pride sparks a shift. Maybe they start playing more often. They might stop treating basketball like a chore, and remember that being a professional athlete is a massive privilege. But there is a darker side. The worst-case scenario is actually quite brutal. The players ignore Jordan entirely. They will claim he is out of touch and does not understand modern sports science or recovery. They will double down on load management, calling it evolution when it is really just an avoidance tactic. If that happens, the NBA keeps sliding. Ratings will tank, fans will leave, and the league will fade into irrelevance. That is the fork in the road right now. Jordan's interviews are more than talk. They are a direct challenge to the culture. He is forcing the league to choose. Are you with the old-school grit that built this empire, or the new-school mindset destroying it? Honestly, the fact that this is even a debate shows you exactly how far the game has fallen. 20 years ago, nobody questioned if stars should play. It was just common sense back then. Now, expecting a $50 million athlete to play 70 games is controversial. That is wild. Jordan's message is simple. If you are healthy, you play. Respect the fans who pay to see you. Show up for teammates who count on you. Remember, basketball is not just about you. It is something bigger. This is not some lecture from the old school. That is basic professionalism. But in LeBron's era, even that standard feels completely impossible. Jordan did not need to say LeBron's name. Everyone knew exactly who he was talking about. Skipping games, ducking competition, treating basketball like a business that is the world LeBron built. Jordan just called it all out. All of it. This is not about one interview, it is about the soul of basketball. There is the Jordan standard. Show up, compete, and respect the game. Then, on the other side, you have the era of LeBron James. Rest whenever you feel like it. Play only when convenient. Treat the game as a job, not a calling. Today's stars might be lost in their habits, but the next generation can still be saved. Jordan's voice might spark that fire again. Not just to fix the 2020s, but rescue the 2030s. He is reminding young players what greatness really means. It is not about being the flashiest or richest. It is about showing up and competing every night for that fan who saved for months just to see you. If you are lucky enough to play this game, you owe it to the legends and every fan watching right now to give them everything you have. That is Jordan's message, the standard he is defending. Whether the NBA listens or ignores him will decide if this league still has a future worth watching at all.